Hey, y'all, it's me. Listen, you said you loved me, right? Well, I want to see how much you love me. Will you love me when it really gets hard? Will you stay? Well, I want to know, will you love me when? Y'all, listen here. I got a good one for y'all today, so stay tuned. Hey y'all, it's me. And welcome to my spoken word and conversations. Y'all, is the light on? Yeah, it is on. Y'all, listen here. I got a good one for y'all today. You know, we going to get right on with it. And you know, I ain't cross-eyed. It is just the hair or the glasses, y'all. And this I wrote on May 30th, 2024. And I ended it today, June 26, 2024. And it says, will you love me when? Ooh. Will you love me when it gets hard? I will always love you. That's what Whitney Houston said. Will you love me when you just got married, but the diagnosis came back that you have cancer, that she has cancer? Her hair falls out, her moods change. Man, she no longer looks the same. Will you love her then? Like you just found the love of your life. You even asked God for a tall man. You said, God, will you send me that type of man? Y'all get married. He provides, he professes, and he protects you. He gets in a car accident. He loses both of his legs. And he can no longer provide for you. Will you still love him then? It's getting deep, ain't it? Will you still look at him as if he was that tall man that you once loved? That man that will lay down his life for you. Will you still love him then? Will you love me when I make that one big mistake? Or will you just take that one big mistake out of all the positives that I have done? Will you take that one big mistake and count me out? Will you love me then? Whoo, y'all. Listen here. I want to know how far your love will go. When we start getting into those real sticky situations, I know people be like, oh, yeah, if he cheats, if he look, well, I want to know how real it's going to be. I want to see if you really love me when it gets hard like that. When it gets really hard like that, are you willing to love me unconditionally? Are you willing to love me unconditionally? We just think it's all about this. We be thinking it's about floating flowers and leaves and trees. But when we get down to that real serious stuff, will you be able to love me then? Y'all, listen, listen, listen. Okay, y'all, I had to come back. Will you love me when? Oh, honey, will you love me when it gets hard? I mean, Whitney Houston was like, I will always love you. Now, was she talking to the thick and thin? What was she talking about? Y'all, because it gets hard. You know, if he stays when he hears that you have cancer, he loves you. He loves you. I remember one of the ladies that I used to work with. She said she told her husband, this was like years ago. She said she told her husband that she had cancer and she thought he was going to leave. She said, Bernita, he laid on that floor and she said that he did not leave her side until she took her last breath. And I was at her funeral. But when she told me that story, I thought that was so sweet. And I know somebody that went through a cancer situation here recently, and he stayed. He stayed because it's way more than looks and hips and butts and lashes and hair and all that. It's way more than that. When he loves you, when you're going through a sickness, that's when he loves you. Man, oh gosh, I just have all these examples of love. I know two people that went through it and they love their significant others and their husbands. But men normally don't stay. So when you see a man that's willing to stay and your body changes, you lose your hair, when that stuff starts, you're sick and you have to go through that change and he stays, he loves you, honey. He loves you. He definitely loves you. Um to the men, you know, if he to the women that okay, you want this tall man or whatever, and y'all married now, and you ask God for this tall man, I mean, it's way more than that. But if you had somebody that provided for you, that professed, that protected you, and made sure that your stuff, you guys' family was together, then all of a sudden he get in an accident, are you willing to be there for him? I know you looked at him as this strapping tall guy, but then he has a situation. Are you willing to love him through it all? And it's called Will You Love Me When? Y'all, we talk about all the little things, the cheating and all this stuff like that. But when it comes down to those real life, real hard situations, are we are we really ready to experience that, So I want to be ready for anything. I want to be ready for anything. And so that is just one of the things that I want to be ready for, because we think about all those little minor things, but when you have those type of things going on, will you be there for me? Because it goes beyond just the material things. It then goes into unconditional love for that person. Okay, y'all, but that's it. Will you love me when? Is the spoken word for today, y'all. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all. I want to clap, but then this might be tripping. But thank y'all. Thank you to my new ones, and thank you to my day ones, y'all. We are growing, and it is so nice to see that, because I want it to be organic. I want it to be stuff that I came up with. I add a little bit of different things in there, but for the most part, these are ideas that I came up with, or something that triggered. Like I try to watch a couple things a week so stuff can come. So that way you never run out. If you do what you love, you can never run out of it, but you do have to take breaks. Okay. So when you get into that like foggy mode, where you can't think of nothing. I ain't hit that yet. I ain't trying to hit it. But I'm just saying you have to relax your mind. You really do have to take breaks. That's why I do myself like way ahead of time. Put it out there, set it. Sometimes I do stuff, I'll set it out like a week before, whichever works for me, because now I done started my classes back, so Mondays and Wednesdays. So I'm just trying to make it work, everything work where I'm not overwhelmed and stuff. And I love doing this anyway, y'all. But anyway, y'all, that's enough. That's enough. Cut. Y'all, thank y'all so much. Thank you to my new ones and thank you to my day ones. Y'all are so appreciated. Thank y'all so much. Well, that's it. That's all for me today, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.